That is a hummingbird taking a bath in the babbling brook that is on this property that I did not know was here. Like I said, I like water. I don't like to be near water. But that is super cool. I thought it was a butterfly trapped in the water, and it was a hummingbird taking a bath. So that kind of makes me like this place, but there's a bunch of issues, man. As you can see, this babbling brook is an issue in its own. It snows here. You get a lot of water drainage. So I'm guessing this area down here must fill up with water. That's why it kind of looks almost like marsh. I can tell by the plants. I mean, I'm a Florida guy. I know I know the marsh appearance. Somebody made a go at this property. There's a bunch of cord lumber right there. Check it out. Nature doesn't do that. Plus this pipe is here. Nature doesn't do that either. So somebody has worked on this property before. That gives me a good indication that there are many issues here. I like it. I like the area, but I'll be honest with you, I don't see this being workable. You got these utility lines back here. I don't know if you can see them, but see electrical lines, and looks like they got cable TV and everything already, which is super cool, but you got to stay 10 feet away from those. So that's pretty much almost down this hill. So like my front door would be about here, because that's about as close as I'd want to be to that water at any one time. And then I would have to carve out a good portion of this hill. The utility lines are there, so they're about there. I don't know, man. It's a beautiful property. It just doesn't really seem workable as far as being able to put a house up here. There's my neighbor's place. I mean, there's another lot next door. I wouldn't say my neighbor, because I don't even see for a great price buying this place. I just don't see how I can work out the logistics of where to build a house on this property. See, I could fill in this down here, but it's pretty much an automatic indication that that loves to fill up with water. It's all burnt out and dried now because all the snow is gone and everything's dead. But get a heavy rainy season, all of those weedy type tree plants, those are Everglade, signs of Everglade. So the only workable land is rip out part of this hill and come down to here. I don't even see where I could have 3 decent bedrooms in this place, so gonna have to pass on this one. But let's take a look around the neighborhood and see if there's some other lots, because there's other people that have made it work. Like there's a house up the hill that's absolutely gorgeous, and he did what I was thinking. See the way he's reinforced the back with railroad ties going up like steps almost? I was thinking about if I ripped this part out here, I could do that here, but ain't gonna be much usable land because of the utility poles. But let us, and this is why, people, let me tell you, even though your heart's set on it, and it's a fantastic deal, and the price is phenomenal, this is exactly why you cannot buy things sight unseen. I flew all the way out here. My expectations were super duper high that I was buying this particular property. But I'll tell you, I mean, I could force my will on it and say, you know, I'm a man of construction. I was in the construction industry for 25 years. I could definitely build a house on this property if I wanted to. But time, money, effort, just seems like a lot would go into little return, man. Water running through it, always a bad idea. Can make it work, can go back here, but the reality of it is, this is some type of marsh. This gets wet down in here big time. So, no bueno, no sale. I'm gonna thank them for their time and all the effort that they put into it. I'm gonna not thank them for not telling me there was a creek running through it. You know, if you told me there's a creek running through it, I wouldn't have come out here at all. But, you know, while I am here, let's drive around and see if we can find a more suitable lot. Like that side of the road I like, but it's tremendously uphill and I don't see any lots for sale over there. But here it is, man. Would be an 1.5 acres, would go over to that big old tree that's dead right there and run down to, there's a chain down there, like a house. Well, that house, if you came straight out, would be something like that. And it would just be this big chunk of unusable dirt that'll take, my rough estimate, $150,000 altogether to put a decent 3-bedroom, 3-bath house on this property. I mean, there's not a lot of trees to clear. I would pretty much leave everything tree-wise, but just to get a usable chunk of dirt to build a house on without running interference from the water, I would say conservatively $15,000, $20,000 worth of excavation and possible headaches if you have a heavy snow season or a big rainy season. I don't like being downhill from people. I don't mind being in the bottom, but that's water coming my way, and no bueno. So mission failed. We come all the way out to Colorado to look at this piece of dirt, and I'll show you, the place next door is stunning. There's a place next door, but I mean, they either had a lot more usable land or they put a lot of money into making it happen. I'm thinking they had a lot more usable land and they were up on the hill. Check it out. This is 2 neighbors down. The next neighbor down owns this gully. So I'm guessing the property line ends somewhere around here on the property I was looking at, right about here, somewhere in line with that house. This is all, you could see it, man. That's that gets water. That's for shit sure, gets all the water overrun. And then you have this beautiful house right here where you could see they brought in a lot of earth. They moved a lot of earth, and what they did was, in essence, they filled it up straight across, which is what I was thinking. But man, I would love to be able to talk to them and ask them how much it cost them to do that, because that's where the money is. I mean, well, I won't even say, because right now construction material is insanely expensive, but you know, I can pretty much do everything and then contract out like the HVAC stuff, because I don't do that, but all the plumbing and framing and, well, and roofing I don't do either. But yeah, man, oh, you can see it, 110%. They brought in a ton of dirt and they carved out a huge piece of that mountain, and you see the retaining wall they made, that beautiful retaining wall starting from this boulder that was in their yard. There's their power pole. That's what I'm thinking would be the same. Nope, there's mine. That would be mine. So I'd have to trench up to this. Yeah, man. I'm guessing they started down here like that, and their property was like these properties, and there's the creek running through it, and they brought in a lot of earth and built it up, or they carved out the mountain. Theirs was already level with the road, and they carved it out because the creek's running through it, so that was always a gully. Yeah, I don't know, man. The way I see all that rock dumped in there and rock tons in their backyard, I'd say they brought it in, leveled it off, and spent quite a pretty penny on dirt. Yes, believe it or not, people spend a lot of money on dirt and rock. I mean, you would need a whole 3 lots worth. I mean, whatever came out of that hill still wouldn't be close to enough. But that's what's going on, exactly as I thought. You would have to bring in a ton of earth, level off your property so the gully is no longer an issue, and then you build on top of that. Not quite what I'm looking for. Moving on. See, man, I was thinking it'd be more something like this. I was dreading it be like this, hillside, but I'll take that any day, man, because cutting down and cutting in is just removing dirt and done. Building up, you know, because I could dump the extra dirt all over my property. Building up is bringing in, and that is why this is such a bargain of a property. But again, never buy sight unseen. This is why I came up here, man. I got to see it with my own 2 eyes to believe it's such a great deal. It is, once you put 25 grand worth of earth back in there, right? All right, let's ride around and see if I can find something else. Reenie's gonna kill me for coming out here for nothing, but she thinks I'm out here on business anyway, so. Better than having spent, you know, tens of thousands of dollars on a piece of watering hole that I could just come and look at and put up a tent, because Reenie don't stay in no tents. So, and I ain't parking no RV on here either. I need me some real house. So let's see, we'll take this road around, see if nothing, we'll go up to the upper roads too. This was the road down So that was a turn off. There's a road up. I'm gonna check that one out next. Let's try the road up. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you having a great day. Today is day 2 of our failed mission on getting Renee a special present. I thought I'd cut my losses after talking to some of the engineers, finding out it's going to take about $15,000 just to bring that property up to snuff. So instead of beating a dead horse and throwing good money after bad, I thought today we'd take a little hike off into the wilderness. Look at a beautiful tree. I love giant trees like that. And we just enjoy our last day here in Colorado. I did find out that Divide is definitely the town I want to be in. There's no doubt about it. And I actually have seen 1 or 2 other properties, but just think it was not a good time to start looking again. You know, you get into that rebound mode and you're like, I want it, and you know, you wind up for settling for something mediocre because, you know, you're just anxious and you just want to. Ooh, barbed wire, no bueno. Thinking of somebody's property, huh? What do you think? I don't know, McGitmo. Anyway, there's nothing here that says no trespassing, private property. Or maybe that's it over there where the fence is continuing. Well, you know our motto. We rather ask for forgiveness than for permission. So, like I said, instead of being in that rebound mode and just forging ahead, I think I got away from the main road though, where people can see you hanging out. I thought we'd take some time to discover some of the beauty that I'm willing to sacrifice so much for in so much time. Just look around, look how stunning. It's gonna take me a little bit to get up to that big ass rock up there, but that is my ultimate goal. We ain't too far away now. We've made it up past the part that's really vertical. No, almost. And we will get there. And once there, we'll sit down and catch our breath, of course, and think about, you know, what's our next step. I mean, of course, we know we want to look for another place, but, you know, how soon? I think maybe it's time to step back for a month or 2 and then try again. But before I'm totally winded, let's get up this hill and we'll continue on. Imagine we were up there just not even 10 minutes ago. Pretty dramatic, huh? Beautiful location. Just off the road. Just here off to the side. No big deal. Down by the beautiful Babbling Brook. Babbling Brook? You never seen that? Babbling Brook. Look how beautiful. Check it out. Can't have no water running through your property. Ain't no good. Water bad. No bueno. Not for your house being next door to it. Anyway, I think we'll go do some running around, visit some of the local shops, some friends that I have in the old town, and see how they're doing. And then we'll wrap this up because tomorrow we jump on a plane and head to, well, back to Florida for now, but there is another destination coming up I think you guys are going to find super interesting. A lot more people. Don't think they'll be wearing masks. Great road for motorcycles. It just twists and turns for miles and miles. But let's get back to town. I think it's probably wasted the whole morning. I don't have my watch or anything with me. Cool, I love when I do that. Just relax and hike and do a little free climbing and enjoy the day, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta clear the head. Business over, business didn't work out, moving on.